Hi, this is a webinar on the Students tab in the ThinkWave Solo Gradebook. First, click on the Students tab. This is where you have all of the students' information. You can add a student or edit information on students currently in the system. Additionally, you can add custom fields, free text, pull down, etc. You can select the view by groups of students. These are organized by classes, groups, or all students. Then the specific student you want to edit on the left-hand side. By default, the system will display 30 students at a time. You can navigate by the drop-down menu here or by the next and previous. To add a student, click on the Add Student button at the top left. Here you have the student's name, address, etc. The student ID is automatically generated. You can enroll a student in classes individually here, but you can also enroll all of the students at one time by going to another menu. I'll get to that in a second. To import students in bulk, go to the Setup tab, and under Import/Export section, there's a link for Import Students. And there's an Import Student wizard. We'll go into more detail on that feature in another video. Back to the Students tab. And here at the right, you can visit the student view. You can see how the system will display for that student. We'll go into more detail on the student's view in another video. Click on Return from Visit, and here you can upload a photo, and here's the student ID, that is the code that connects the student data from year to year. This allows you to do a full transcript with the ID being rolled over into the next year. Enrollment dates are where you can change the student enrollments. You can change a student from one class to another by clicking on the Edit link here. And you can add the student in Late Add. And you can remove a student from the class in Early Withdraw. As long as the withdraw date is before the last day of the term, then the grade doesn't show up on the report cards and transcripts. For instance, if a student has gone through a class for an entire semester, then withdraws from the class, it's handled in two different ways, depending on when they withdraw. If the student is present for the last day of the term, then the class is on the transcript and report cards. But if they are withdrawn before the last day of the term, then the class doesn't show up on the transcript and report card. That way you can keep their attendance records and all their work while still showing that the student doesn't get a transcript mark for the class. Back to the Students tab, and click on Transfer History. This is an area where you can put in a transcript data from your school or other schools. To do that, you click on Add School, then add the year, the term, add classes, and manually type in the information. Back to the Students tab, and click on Class Enrollment. Here, as mentioned earlier, you can easily add the student in all the different courses available by clicking on the checkboxes. If they are added late, you can click on the Edit icon on the right, or Early Withdraw. Back to the Students tab, and click on Group Enrollment. Here's the ability to create groups of students like athletes, band, student government, etc. You can select specific groups so that you can print out reports on just those groups. Also, you can create a custom fields that will be relevant to just those students. The Files area is where you can upload additional files about students. You can upload PDFs, Excel, or other outside information that you keep on the students. And they stack up here with all the files that you can access. Now click on the Edit button for Parents and Guardians. Here is where you can add or edit parents or guardians associated with those students. You can have one parent access multiple students or have multiple parents have access to one student. This can be edited for whatever situation you need. To invite a student to access their grades online, there's a couple ways to do it. One way is to invite them individually. Here at the lower right, by student account, click on the print icon to print out the invitation. Or click the email icon to email the invitation. Or a better way is to invite all the students at once by going to the Setup tab, then clicking on the right, Online Access, and Invite, and then you can access all the emails of all the students at the same time. You can click Email Selected or Print Selected if the student doesn't receive the invitation, or if it ends up in the spam folder, then you can resend the email individually here or print out the invitation and hand them out. Back to the Students tab, And here at the bottom right, you can suspend a student online access or reset the account. In order to suspend the account, click the Pause Access button here on the lower right. Then to restart the account, you would click it again. In order to reset an account, click the X inside the circle here. So for instance, if a student forgot their account name and password, you can reset it here and they can select a new student name and password. You can delete a student by clicking the delete icon on the bottom left. In order to delete a student, they have to be withdrawn from all their classes. The custom field data and everything below the comments line would also have to be deleted first in order for the student to be removed from the system. That way you can't accidentally delete a student. To create a custom field, go to the Students tab and go to the top right and click the pull-down menu. Then select New Custom Field. Type in the name of the field and the type of field you want. There are 4 different fields that can be created. You can create a short text field, a long text field, a predefined choice, and a date field. A predefined choice will create a drop-down menu, so for something selectable like gender. And for predefined choice, you can add the choices below, then click Save. Here you can select who it applies to, like all students, students in a specific grade, or students in a specific group, like a baseball team. Once you create those fields, they'll appear in the bottom of the Students tab. If you want to organize them in tabs, you can create a custom tab, like this Medical tab at the top. To create a custom tab, click Customize at the top right and New Custom Tab. Then enter the type of tab you want and where you want it to appear. Then click Save. To edit a tab, click Edit Tab from the Customize pull-down on the top right. Then the Edit button next to the custom fields, and here you can add or remove custom fields in that tab. And once they're added, you can move around the order of the custom fields by dragging and dropping. Then click Save. And these custom fields can be printed out on report cards and transcripts. And there's additional reports where you can export the custom fields and data along with the student names in a CSV format or a printable PDF. And these are the features in the Students tab on the ThinkWave Solo Gradebook. Thanks for watching.